You sense terrible danger here. There is a great evil about this place. That feels good. Just what you needed to relieve some of the aches and pains of everyday adventuring. The featureless swamp is broken here by the tall stone obelisk to the south. It looks like a grave marker. The standing stone looks like a crude, oversized tombstone. It is an inset six-pointed star figure, similar to the one on the monastery door. The points are slightly curved like the arms of a starfish. Arcane symbols label each point of the star. The Dark One sign clicks into the depression in the stone. You find that you can now turn the sign like a dial. Finally, you feel the Dark One's sign settle. You pull on it, opening the tomb, and retrieve a damp but readable scroll from its depths. It is the Dark One's bone ritual. You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monolith. After some rest, you feel better. 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 You carefully place some of the candy on the ground. You see a floating, coruscating ball of light. You capture a few of the will-o-wisps in a flask. When you bring the will-o-wisp near the standing stone, glowing runes appear around a six-pointed image. In the center of the runes, you can now see a small hole in the stone. An image of the sign of the Dark One has appeared on the squid stone. It feels strangely squishy and almost alive. You feel unclean after touching the sign. When you touch the Dark One sign to its image on the squid stone, the sign locks into place in the small hole. The points of the sign seem to point to 6 of the glowing runes. As you complete the name of the Dark One, you feel a distant rumble under the earth, as of the earth shifting, or some unimaginably huge creature stirring in its sleep. Part of the squid stone opens to reveal a small compartment. You reach in to find a scroll covered with mysterious runes. The symbol of the senses at the top is the only part that you can make out. You also retrieve the Dark One sign, which pulls loose from the stone with a slurping, sucking sensation. The hole in the stone closes as you remove the sign. You release the will-o-wisps back into the swamp. You find some copper kopecks on the no longer undead. You turn the large skeleton key in the crypt door. With a sound like the groaning of an undead spirit, the massive door yawns wide open. Your danger sense tingles slightly as you enter the dark confines of this crypt. The small key from the crest opens a lock in the relief. You open the coffin lid to reveal a dark passageway leading deep into the mountainside. After following the dark passage for several minutes, you come out into a castle chamber. The bookcase closes behind you, and there is no obvious way to open it again. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door. Straighten out the crest. The bookshelf opens, revealing a secret passage. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door. You sense that something is very wrong here, but not immediately dangerous. The creature does not seem to be openly hostile, just very protective of the child. There is a feeling of coldness about the child that fills you with sorrow and a touch of fear.
Who is it, Toby? He came to visit while I was sleeping? Did you ask him what he wanted? Well then, ask him now.
You say, hello.
Hello. Do you live in the castle now too?
You tell about yourself.
I never met a real hero before. Why'd you come here?
You start to tell what you're doing here.
Toby, it's not polite to interrupt. How many times do I have to tell you that?
You tell her about the innkeepers.
I miss my mommy and my daddy. But I can never go home. Not now. Toby says this is my home now. Toby's my best friend. We play games and tell stories, and I never had a real friend before. Toby says I'm his best friend, too. My name is Tanya, and this is Toby. What's your name? My Mommy and Daddy don't like me anymore. I did something bad and now they don't want to see me ever again. Sometimes I miss my Mommy and Daddy. I know, Toby, you and Aunt Trina take good care of me. I wouldn't want to leave you ever. But I still miss my Mommy. Toby used to visit me at the inn. My Mommy and Daddy would not like it if they saw Toby. They wouldn't let me play with him, so I didn't tell them about him. One day, Toby brought me a beautiful doll. I never had a real doll before. I named her Vanna. But when my Mommy saw Vanna, she got real mad. She tried to make me tell about Toby. My Mommy and Daddy yelled at me. They scared me. They took Vanna away, and they wouldn't let me see her ever again. I didn't want them to do that to Toby, so I ran away with him. Aunt Trina says my Mommy and Daddy won't like me now. She says they will be scared of me like they were scared of Vanna. I don't want my Mommy and Daddy scared of me. I will never go back again. I know, Toby. You should go now. I don't want to talk about bad things. That's a scary thing. That's how come we always used to have garlic all around at the inn. Mommy and I used to braid the garlic and put it up all over the place to keep out the bad things. I don't like the smell of garlic. I had to wear garlic around my neck all the time. Now I have a pretty necklace instead. See? Isn't it pretty?
The necklace is on a choker chain, completely covering the little girl's throat.
A long time ago, I used to live at the inn. But now I get to live here. I don't have to be afraid of the bad things all the time. Now I have Toby to protect me. This is where I live now. I have this whole room to myself and Toby. Sometimes I get to go to the hall with Aunt Trina and play with Cuddles. Cuddles is Aunt Trina's pet hound. He's my friend, too. Aunt Trina says she will be my friend and take care of me. I like her. She gives me nice things. She sent Toby to me. She says I'll be her little girl forever and ever. That's the place with the big fireplace and all the fancy statues. Sometimes I dance for Aunt Trina there. It's fun. Except when the dark man is there. I don't like him. I don't like the dark man. I wish Aunt Trina never brought him here. Mean. I stick out my tongue at him all the time. Toby doesn't like the dark man either. Toby says the dark man can't be trusted. You should stay away from him. Aunt Trina says I dance very well. I like to dance, especially up in the air. That's really fun. Sometimes Aunt Trina and I dance all over the room. We dance on top of the statues and everything. It's like flying around and around. That's the place with the big fireplace and all the fancy statues. Toby says you ask too many questions and you need to go away now. Toby, you're being mean. Toby says he's here to protect me and make sure no one will hurt me. Toby says I'm supposed to stay in my room and not talk to strangers. Toby says that we live in the castle and you should go away. Toby, it's not nice to tell people to go away. You're supposed to ask them to go.
That looks for all the world like an ornate coffin, sitting where a bed mattress should be. This clown is pretty funny looking. Reminds you of a gnome you once knew. This doll looks like it was made from some sort of ceramic material. A chest of drawers probably holds clothes for a child. This is a Punch and Judy puppet theatre. The polka dot horse looks big enough for a child to ride. This castle is open on one side to let a child play with dolls inside it.
What is that? Toby, let him in. Toby, he has our dolly. Vanna, I thought I lost you. Look, Toby, it's Vanna. Thank you for bringing her to me. I thought she was lost. Where did you find her? Toby gave her to me. Mommy didn't like her. She kept trying to make me tell where I got Vanna from. Mommy wouldn't let me play with her. I was afraid Mommy wouldn't let me play with Toby anymore. Toby was my only friend. I didn't want my mommy to make Toby go away. I told Toby all about it, and Toby brought me here to Aunt Trina. She never takes my toys or friends away. Never. Mommy and I worked hard all the time to keep the inn nice and clean. And then my mommy, she never had time to play or sing anymore. And when it got night, she made me go to bed all by myself in the dark. It was really scary. I was afraid the bad things would get me. But nobody heard me when I cried. When I went out to the inn, Daddy would yell at me to get back to bed. I was scared. Daddy wouldn't let me have a candle or anything. He said it would bring the bad things. I didn't like the dark. But then, Toby came to my window at night. He would hold me, and he would talk to me, and he would tell me he would keep the bad things away from me all night. And I didn't have to be scared again, because I had Toby. When my mommy took my doll away, I was afraid she'd make Toby go away too, so I went away with Toby. Now I'm not afraid of the dark. I like the night. Aunt Trina says the bad things will never get me now, and I have Toby to take care of me. But sometimes I still miss my mommy. My daddy used to be happy. He would take me out walking around and talking to everyone in town, and the inn was always busy with new people to talk to, and I could stay up and dance while my mommy sang for people. Then the rains came, and then people didn't come to the inn anymore, and Daddy said that there were too many bad things. He wouldn't take me walking anymore. He made me go to bed when it got dark, and he said the bad things would try to get me. I can't go home again. And Aunt Trina says that this is my home now. She says that my mommy and daddy will think I'm a bad thing now, and that they won't love me anymore. Toby says this is my home now, and he loves me very much. I wish my mommy and daddy didn't think I was a bad thing. Then maybe Toby and I could visit them.
You tell her about the inn and how sad it is without her.
If I went back to the inn, I'd never be afraid of the dark again. Toby says that everyone would be afraid of me now. I don't want them to be afraid of me.
You tell Tanya how her mummy misses her.
I miss my mommy too. Sometimes I want to cry, but I can't anymore. I just feel sad. Toby says Aunt Trina is his master. She sent Toby to be my friend so I would never have to be afraid of the night again. Yeah. Toby says I'm not a bad thing. It's just Mommy and Daddy who think I'm a bad thing now, but I'm not their child now anymore. Toby says I have to stay in the castle. People might get scared and try to hurt me in the town. And I have to go to bed in the daytime now. He says you should go because you make me sad. Thinking of my mommy and daddy makes me sad. Toby says he wants me to be happy and he'll do anything for me. He says he'd take me back to the inn, but someone would try to hurt me, so he won't.
You tell about Irana's staff and how it can make Tanya back into a real little girl again.
I like the staff. It always made such pretty flowers in town. You say it will make me all better and I won't be a bad thing anymore?
You nod your head.
Oh, Toby, I can see my mommy and daddy again. Toby asks, what else will the staff do?
You try to explain about sacrifice.
Toby says he understands. He says you should take us to the staff now, so I can be with my mommy and daddy again. Oh, it feels weird here. Kinda happy. Icky. I'm scared. I know you'll protect me, Toby, but who will protect you? Okay, Toby. I'll protect you.
You cast the ritual of release.
The sacrifice of life for love. Your love for the child is great.
You see Toby silently nod his head.
Will you trade your life to give life to the child? Will you die willingly for the one you love?
No, Toby, no!
So shall the sacrifice be done. So is the sacrifice complete. I am again the staff of Erana.
I'm so sorry, Toby. I didn't protect you too good, did I? I love you too, Toby.
You take the sobbing child in your arms and carry her to the inn. You awaken her parents and are overwhelmed by their gratitude and joy. It is long before you manage to escape to the peace of your own room for what is left of the night. You awaken as the sun begins to rise.